The DC Universe is at war once again, and it's up to you to save it. Check out the affiliate link below. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is $3 Theater, and oh my god, is it happening? Is he coming back? I hope so. I'm talking about Arnold Schwarzenegger appearing in Terminator 6, because right now, that's kind of the working theory. And this is coming from Schwarzenegger himself. Now, he's been at Cannes promoting one of his new films, and when asked about the possibility of coming back for James Cameron's final Terminator film, or, well, the final Terminator film, Terminator 6 is what it's tentatively being called. This is when Cameron gets the rights back, and he's currently in talks with Tim Miller to direct it. Well, Schwarzenegger just simply said, "It is back." It is moving forward. James has some good ideas of how to continue with the franchise. I will be in the movie. Now, look, all I need to hear, to be honest with you, all I need to hear is Cameron, Schwarzenegger back together, and I'm a happy fucking camper. All right, they've made 3 films together. I love all 3 movies. I would love nothing more than to see a sequel to True Lies. So, Cameron, that'd be so great to see a sequel to True Lies. Starring Eliza Dushku in the Harry Trasker role would be great. But we're not going to get it. I know we're not going to get it. I'm not even going to go off about that. But a James Cameron produced, Tim Miller directed Terminator film to kind of wrap up the franchise, I think is what we need. And here's why. When you look at the first 2 films, they are heavily, heavily lauded. People love the original Terminator. They love Terminator 2. Terminator 3, it has actually, look, whatever you want to say about Terminator 3, it had probably one of the most boldest endings of a big budget summer blockbuster film ever. You know, when that movie opened in, I think I want to say like July 10th, 2003, I could be wrong, but it's definitely July 2003. You get to the end of that movie with John Connor in the bunker and the nukes go off. You're just like, holy shit, that is a bold fucking ending for a movie, especially 14 years ago. God damn, that's a long time. But then you look at Terminator Rise of the Machines, you know, or sorry, Terminator, whatever the 4th one was. It's that's how Terminator Salvation, that's what it was. You know, and they were trying to reboot it with Mick G at the helm, making that its own trilogy with Christian Bale as John Connor, and it just failed to connect. So then they tried it again by continuing off of Terminator 2 with Terminator Genesis, which, look, actually wasn't as bad of a movie as you might, as one would think. I quite enjoyed it, actually. And I was hoping that we would see the sequel this year and then the final part of that trilogy in 2019 before the rights revert back to James Cameron. But they took it off of the slate when it didn't make as much money as they wanted. But at the same time, it killed in China. I mean, it killed in China. Like, it did very well. So I don't quite understand why, if they want Chinese money, and they do want Chinese money, why they didn't continue it. The movie did pretty well there. So it's one of those things where we can look at this and ask ourselves, is it necessary? Has the franchise run its course? And the answer is yes and no. Yes, it's necessary to wrap it up. It hasn't run its course, not entirely, but we also run into the I think the problem of where to take it. The story of a Terminator coming back is something you could tell in 1 story, 2 stories, maybe a 3rd one if done properly. But at the same time, people have been wanting to see this franchise continue because they love it, but not every franchise can be stretched out. Look at The Hobbit. I'm just, you know, as much as I enjoyed those 3 films, and I enjoyed the shit out of those 3 films, it could have been 1. It could have been 1, maybe 2. You know what I mean? It could have been that. But they stretched it out in order to just get another movie out of it. And that was something audiences picked up on. And that could be said as well for the Terminator franchise. You know, they've kept trying to reinvent it, stretch out the story, so on and so forth, and nothing has fully connected. But with Cameron producing, Tim Miller directing, and Schwarzenegger starring, then that could be something interesting to see happening. Now, will Schwarzenegger be the lead? No, he won't be the lead. Will they get back Edward Furlong to be John Connor? That would be something. Definitely not Linda Hamilton. That ain't gonna fucking happen. But they could tell the story of just of stopping it, of stopping Skynet and completely rewriting the future. You know what I mean? Because that was the entire point, was to rewrite the future, to stop Judgment Day from happening. And eventually Judgment Day will happen. if things are to be believed, especially from what the franchise has shown us. And so if they finally stop Judgment Day from happening, end Skynet, save the world, then there's no Terminators. Then there's nothing more that they can do, no more stories that they can tell. And I think that might be for the best. Give us a finale where Skynet finally dies. You know, give us that particular story, and I think fans will go home happy. And at the end of the day, that's what you want. You want the franchise to end on a high note, with the original auteurs back in, working together, collaborating, and telling us a story that they know the fans want to see. So if Schwarzenegger can deliver with Cameron and Tim Miller, and I do believe Tim Miller can deliver, then I am 100% on board. But I want to know what you guys think about this. Do you think that this is going to be good? Do you think this is going to be bad? Do you think that there's going to that there's actually a way to end the story, or should they just leave it as dead and move on with their life? So let me know in the comments below. My name is, of course, Matt Jarbo. This has been $3 Theater. I will talk to you guys later. Subscribe, like, comment, all that jazz. And have a good one, guys. Peace out.